Disclaimer, this is my first rant style video that I'm actually making. I personally like how it came out, but I'm looking to improve, and like everything else, I hope I will with practice. I appreciate all forms of constructive criticism in the comments, so keep an eye out for me. Thanks. Enjoy. I'm in that dark place of YouTube right now. That really deep, dark, dank, delusional place of YouTube where I clicked on one Naruto video and now everything recommended is freaking Naruto. It's the greatest thing ever, but it's also like hell on this earth. So needless to say, with all this Naruto stuff popping up, I have been watching a few here and there. I do have now a few favorite Naruto YouTubers, as scary as that sounds, because I used to avoid shonen YouTubers. Some are actually pretty good. Not that I'm going to get into mentioning any of them specifically right now, but one thing I don't like about shonen tube, for the most part, is they consider some anime, like, for example, Naruto, to be completely perfection in every way. Which is why I admire the channel swagkage that can say, "Hey guys, swagkage here. I personally really don't like Dragon Ball Super." Or, "Hey guys, swagkage here. I really think Kaguya ruined Naruto." And I honestly agree with him on both of those counts. But while there is a lot to like about Naruto, it did have its flaws, for sure. So, kind of on a whim, I'm throwing this video together. 10 OP Naruto jutsus that never did shit. And when I say never did shit, I don't mean like really never did anything, but really didn't amount to even close of what they were able to do. This list is in no specific order, and if I'm wrong, you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But while I'm working on honest descriptions on the Naruto War arc, I ended up in NaruTube, and let me know if you want more Naruto content, guys, because more is coming. It's just the quantity that's debatable, so feel free to subscribe. So I'd like to start off fast with Deidara's suicide bomb jutsu thing. Everyone loves this jutsu, okay? Deidara died with this thing, and everyone will remember him, but despite no one in the actual anime remembering him by it, I freaking remember him. I think it was unbelievably, awesomely powerful. First of all, it's his ultimate jutsu. When I say ultimate, he dies using it, as we know, and it makes a blast that's comparable to the freaking Jubi Bijudama. That's freaking strong, okay? Sasuke at that point was in mega ass pull mode, and had absolutely zero chakra. In fact, he didn't have enough chakra to throw a freaking kunai at Deidara to mulch him, but mostly dead Sasuke decides, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna summon Manda, like the most powerful summoning jutsu almost ever, which takes an exorbitant amount of chakra. In fact, it took a crap ton of Kyuubi chakra for Naruto to bring out Gamabunta, which is an equal tier to Manda. Then he's gonna put a genjutsu on Manda, have Manda eat him, unsummon Manda to totally dodge this ultimate C0 suicide bomb attack thing that quite frankly should have really nuked Sasuke and should have left him ashes in the wind. Now, this aside, obviously Sasuke can't die at that point, so obviously I can't make fun of Deidara's suicide bomb because since it's freaking suicide, it's not like he's gonna be able to use it more than once. So, he's able to use it more than once, okay? He was brought back with the Ito Tensai thingy, and zombie Deidara had absolutely no reason to spam suicide jutsu bullshit everywhere. Wipe out literally everyone. Single-handed Deidara should have been able to take down 3/4 of the Shinobi Alliance with like little to no issue, okay? Firstly, he'll regenerate after using it since he's not getting sealed, he's just getting disintegrated. And secondly, and that really doesn't stop him from just blowing the shit out of himself and everyone around him once again. This underused, underrated jutsu gets me upset because Deidara was always one of my favorite members of the Akatsuki, just personally because I relate to him kind of, but that's a story for another time. And once we're talking about summoning jutsus, the next OP jutsu that never did shit that I want to talk about that really did do shit but didn't do enough shit was the summoning jutsu, okay? Now before you roll your eyes at me and say, "But Nux Jubito would totally wreck Gamabunta," that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about every single fight that was basically two opponents of the same size. Whenever a summoning jutsu was used, it was somehow to combat some giant freaking monster. If there was Manda on one side, Gamabunta would be on the other side. If Pain has his arsenal of summoning jutsus, Naruto will use his arsenal of summoning jutsus. That's sort of how summoning jutsus were used throughout the anime, and quite frankly, it's what I like to call the Power Ranger effect. When they're fighting a bad guy that's their size, all 5 Rangers will get their asses handed to them fighting him the first time. The second time they fight him, they'll just barely defeat him. Then some bad guy will bring him back to life, except way freaking bigger. Then the Power Rangers will be like all surprised because, whoa, they never saw that one coming. Time to call the Megazords. Crazy fight, tons of destruction everywhere, and bam, they win. Now, wouldn't it have been smart to summon the Megazord right in the beginning, just freaking step on the bad guy, save a hell of a lot of toil and strife? But no, they never did that because, quite frankly, it's less entertaining for us. So, I propose Naruto versus Neji should have gone like this. Neji's like, "Naruto, you suck. I have raw talent and whatever, so I'm crazy powerful, and I could touch your chakra points and turn you into a sack of mulch." And Naruto would be like, yeah, well, how do you face Gamabunta? So obviously you're not gonna like this example just simply because Gamabunto wouldn't have listened to him or Naruto didn't have the control yet at that point or whatever, but that was the first thing that came to my mind, and this is an example that can be used freaking everywhere. Summoning jutsus are crazy strong, at least until the war arc in Naruto. Now I want to talk about Kirin, okay? One of the freaking coolest jutsus ever to show up in Naruto. Sasuke wields this bastard. No one knows how he learned it, but who freaking cares because it's a goddamn lightning dragon. That's all you really need to know. And he brings it down on Itachi. While Itachi looks scared for about 4 seconds flat, there's no way on earth some Chidori knockoff jutsu is gonna get through Susanoo with crazy powerful shield. That wasn't really explained either. But with that said and done, according to the manga, this jutsu was never used again. We don't really know why, but it just wasn't, because I guess didn't work for him the first time, decided not to go for it a second time. It looks freaking cool, and that's why I think it should have been used more. Also, it was freaking powerful. Powerful enough to get Itachi looking scared for like those 4 seconds flat. Well, in the anime though, in the final battle, Sasuke versus Naruto, when now they're way more powerful than they were before, they decided, oh, let's bring down Kirin. Big dragon thing coming down. They will buy this like crazy. And they did. Everyone seemed to like the use of Kirin in the filler part of the Naruto versus Sasuke battle. I personally didn't, because filler attacks are basically, this attack will do nothing, but incoming! That's sort of a trend with filler attacks. And he had this jutsu basically that he was sitting on for a while. In fact, if he would have Kirin'd the crap out of Deidara, and that would have been how he beat him, instead of going for ass pull suicide bomb technique, the first, I would have been so freaking happy. 1, jutsu is iconic and looks awesome. 2, lightning styles Deidara's weakness. 3, it would have freaking made sense. But no, they decided not to do that. They wanted to save it for this big thing against Itachi, even though it did nothing, and he never used it again. We don't know how he learned it. It didn't do a fraction of what it could have done, and was just a waste of a plot hole. If you're making a plot hole and how he learned it, at least make the plot hole awesome. But no, one of the coolest jutsus in Naruto goes to pot. Next one of Sasuke's jutsus I want to talk about is the Amaterasu. So this jutsu moves at the speed of sight. That's freaking fast, people. It's basically undodgeable. And it's also a black fire that, 1, can never be extinguished. So if he looks at you, once he puts it on a dude, the dude's pretty fucked. And secondly, this jutsu pretty much has no drawbacks once Sasuke gets his double eye thingamahoozamabob. Later on in the series, everyone figures out some way to schlob the jutsu off of them, like Naruto comes up with crazy chakra shield bullshit whatever, just to make it look like the writers didn't forget how OP Amaterasu is. Like the fact that with a completely untrained black fire Amaterasu thingo, he looks at Killer B, who's the strongest of the Jinchuriki, at least at that point, and that's without question, and it fucking molests him. He winks at B, and he is a goner. That's how insanely overpowered this jutsu is. What I mean by it never does anything is, past that point, the writers were like, we wrote ourselves into a major corner. This Amaterasu thing is so freaking crazy, we're gonna make it do absolutely nothing from this point on. Now, if any of you would like to explain to me in the comments exactly why this jutsu was so crazy nerfed, I'd love to hear, but this jutsu should technically work on every Edo Tensei guy as well, because they'll be regenerating while it's freaking eating them even faster than they could regenerate. You stare at any zombie, and that zombie is a little flaming ball of fuck. I remember seeing this jutsu in the beginning and be like, Baido Madara's regenerating ballsack, that's the most overpowered thing ever. How's anyone gonna counter it? And the answer is, they don't. The writers just nerfed it. Once we're in the 5 Kage Summit arc, and how Sasuke should have totally abused the crap out of Amaterasu there, let's talk about White Zetsu's spores, okay? This was a jutsu that needed basically no prep time, and all of a sudden it makes these chakra-eating motherfucking big white slug spore monster thingos, and it basically takes down the freaking summit. These are like the strongest ninja of the generation, and they couldn't stand up to White Zetsu spores. Now, when there are 100,000 fucking Zetsus in the war arc, why didn't any of them think to, like, unleash spores or have some of their arsenal of Edo flying ninjas just fly over the good guy army, drop some goddamn spores, and that's it as far as 30,000 ninja. Shouldn't even be too crazy difficult. This was the one time in the series these spore things were used, and despite all the amount of times before and after they could have abused the crap out of this power, especially on a fleet of Wiki ninja, it just frankly pisses me off. Everyone makes fun of Zetsu being completely useless, but he's the greatest support fighter ever. Speaking of the Kages in the 5 Kage Summit, I am mastering these transitions. Mizukage's vapor style. So, everyone first says, Mizukage's pretty okay. I guess she has some decent decent jutsu, lava style, vapor style. They're not so bad. They're not too great. Sasuke wasted her in like 3 seconds flat. I mean, as far as kages go, she's pretty crap. I mean, look at what she's compared to. But guys, let me explain to you the nature of vapor style. So first, she can output this vapor stuff, basically melting everyone in the vicinity. And then the second and much cooler part of this vapor thing that no one seems to realize is she can regulate the vapor crap once it's already outside her body. Meaning, once the holes were already open, then the vapor stuff is going to leak in and melt the other kage, which obviously is bad for PR. She decides to, outside of her body, regulate the gas condensation level thing goes outside of her body to lower it, and she can also use it to raise it, as seen in her short bout with Sasuke. Now let me explain to you another thing that regulating gas properties outside of your body can do. It could, completely melt someone's body from the inside. That's right, do you know what's in everyone's lungs? Well, I'm not gonna spell it out for you. I do, however, suggest it may be a good decision to go look up, what people have in their lungs on Wikipedia, and then be like, holy crap, the mizukage can either, make that stuff disappear, or just make it melt through said lungs. Against zombie ninja, it won't be the most effective thing in the universe, but against literally everyone else, they'll be walking sacks of skins, and everything inside will just be a puddle of mush. I don't mean to be frank, but I would not want to be a pile of mush. Mizukage vapor technique, crazy powerful, never used in this way. I bet they didn't think of it, so I don't completely blame them on this one, as much as I do with the next one. That also is in the 5-Kage Summit. Danzo's shisui thingy, okay? It's called koatumatsukami. I don't really know, because I'm not one of those mega Naruto fan guys. I did enjoy the series. It did have a lot of things that I liked about it. It's always fun for me to talk about it, but since basically every other part of Naruto is pretty much covered on YouTube, I figured, well, this is gonna be the perfect time for me to talk about OP jutsus that didn't do what they were supposed to, because, quite frankly, I didn't see anyone taking Naruto to this angle. Either it's the Double 4 anime OMFG, look what happened in this chapter of Naruto, it's freaking amazing, let me masturbate myself while watching Naruto pull a Rasengan out of his ass the size of Jupiter. And then there's the other side of YouTube basically saying Naruto's complete shit, don't watch it. There's no middle of the road guy. There's no guy that's like, well, you know, I really liked the arc where Shikamaru and Kakashi were fighting Kagezu and Hidan. I think that was really nicely done. But, on the other hand, I do think that there is a problem with the koatumatsukami. First of all, this jutsu altogether is crazy overpowered. It basically can put anyone in the universe under an unblockable genjutsu that, because it's unblockable, it can't freaking be blocked, okay? Just to start things off, that's pretty, OP a little bit, okay? Now, the issue was, Shisui could only use this once every 10 years, but since Danzo had first Hokage genes, which is the stupidest ass pull of a way to get every crap freak show stronger, he can now use it daily. He decides to use it on freaking useless crap ninjas right before the summit, so if anything goes wrong by this summit, would totally not happen, especially because he's going to meet with people that just 20 years ago they used to be pretty much at war. But we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to totally waste my unstoppable genjutsu right now, just so that when Sasuke fights me, I'll give my ass to him on a silver platter. Needless to say, I wasn't too upset. I mean, I'm pretty sure Danzo's basically the most hated character in Naruto. I mean, I freaking hated him. I didn't understand him at all. He was a pretty useless garbage character as well. He did nothing during the whole pain fight. The Foundation was a joke of an anime organization, but all that aside, this eyeball jutsu is crazy powerful too. If anyone has this thing, and they have this first Hokage cell garbage, they can now use it daily. First of all, they had this whole amazing council on how to stop the war. Well, how to stop the war? You have this guy named Danzo. He could put Obito into this Komatsu fucky without needing to think twice. I mean, let's be honest. Obito's like, I will now start a massive war between the nations and everyone will die and Moon Eye plan. And then Danzo's like, oh yeah, Koatumatsukami, you're freaking dead now. That's how powerful this thing is. But no, we're not gonna do that. Let's not remember that he could have used it on Pain when Nagato decided to attack the Lee village just a few episodes before. But no, he didn't do that. Or he could have done that basically anytime over the last 10 years daily. A genjutsu that he can use at any distance, and it's unstoppable on anyone to completely control them. Hello? He decided to use it on bandit ninjas that one time, and that was it? This is likely the stupidest thing ever. There is absolutely no reason they should have given him this power-up that he could use it daily just because he has Hashirama cells, for one thing. And secondly, even if they wouldn't have, and he would have had that once in 10-year time limit thing, he should have never used it on these crap shows that can only anger anyone who's looking at this with a credible eye. Dude, it was frankly really annoying. This is the 8 inner gates. So, Gaib did a very good way showing that this jutsu will kill you if you use it, and he doesn't die, because main characters don't die aside from one, and that's only because Neji and Hinata have the same freaking power, and why keep two people with the same freaking power? And aside from looking freaking amazing, and I love how Guy actually scared the crap out of Mega Madara, it didn't kill Mega Madara, and in fact, he just regenerated, so really didn't accomplish anything. It just sort of slowed him down for a minute. This 8 gates thing didn't do anything. That was the one time it was used, obviously, because if you'd use it again, it would kill you. But even that one time it was used, it didn't do anything of real major substance. And that's my main complaint with opening all 8 gates, but as far as the other 7, I don't know why other ninja decided it wasn't worth learning. You have this guy Lee, who's crappy across the board. He's not naturally gifted in taijutsu, and at the time of the war arc, when he can open God knows how many gates, he's more powerful than your average by a long shot. He kicked Madara freaking in half, okay? And Madara's like this really powerful guy. There's no reason why these gate things shouldn't have been learned by more people. In fact, it would have been a lot cooler if you'd have like Kakashi, who got this crazy OP boost in the war arc that I will be discussing in another video, like my honest descriptions of the Hokages or whatever. But I think it would have been really cool if Kakashi would have been fighting in second gate, for example. This is something that's in the body of every freaking ninja ever, and the only people that decide it's worth using are Lee and Guy, and not only that, but Guy is freaking powerful as well. I mean, to the point that he fucking wrecked Kisame on a number of occasions. Okay, this time Kisame was only using 30% of his power. Okay, this time Kisame didn't really have a sword. He was still a freaking powerful dude. He was called the tailless tailed beast for a reason. This guy wrecked Killer Bee, and Guy, not even at close to full power, still bodied the fish guts out of Kisame, as well as doing many other things that I would like to point out. I mean, he blocked a full force Gaara attack when Gaara was a genin, but remember that attack scared the whole Sand Village shitless. Guy's really strong, and he doesn't do anything aside from this 8 gate business. There's no reason why you have your average ninja, and they decide, well, I don't need to push my way all the way to make myself be able to use all 8 gates, but I could use freaking 2. It would make me stronger than a zetsu. And the last thing I want to talk about that really wasn't really discussed heavily in Naruto is the dimension clones. As we know, there's this amazing guy Madara, and he has these amazing dimension clones. And these dimension clones fight on a different plane of existence, so you can't really see them, but they can still beat the crap out of you. Now, the only way Naruto's able to beat it is because he has this crazy ass-pull Sage's 6 Paths, Sage Jinchuriki, I don't know what, where he can sense emotions and crap from different dimensions and whatever. The limits to this power are very, pretty much not there, because Naruto becomes pretty much God by the end of the Naruto series, and luckily enough, this sage-tailed beast yin-yang hybrid motherfucker was able to take down the dimension clones. Nothing else would be able to do that. These dimension clones would have been able to wreck anyone else. So, while all the Hokages gang up and they're like, okay guys, let's take down Madara. We'll just use all of our crazy jutsus when we were alive. And Madara should have just been like, okay, take down one dimension clone first. And that would have been it. But no, these dimension clones were only used against Naruto. And that's because Naruto was the only guy ever that managed to get some sort of crazy way to beat them. That was only 9. There is a 10th I want to talk about, and it's the Substitution Jutsu. Because fuck me if I know what this jutsu does, okay? Somehow he's standing there, all of a sudden, piece of log, and he teleported away. Can these people teleport or something? According to the guidebooks and according to every informational outlet there is, no one explains exactly what the Substitution Jutsu does. What I do know is, this jutsu, used right, can overpower freaking everybody, okay? You look at this bastard, and you attack him with full force Bijudama, tailed beast, sage, or motherfucking cannon of doom and shit and whatever, and bam, it's a piece of wood. The main guy's right behind him, ready there with freaking kunai, and it's game over, boys. Obviously, this is an exaggeration, but this whole video was a bit of an exaggeration. I don't know why I even decided to make it, but I did. So, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want more Naruto, leave a comment if you want more NUX ranting on shit with Loki, some good points, but mostly just having fun with things. Feel free to subscribe if you want more. I love every single one of you beautiful bastards, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, dudes. Have yourself a most wonderful evening.